Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Tuesday, April 23rd, 2024. This is my pre-market report for today. Let's talk about this. I got bombarded yesterday with what happened to silver, Greg? What happened to gold yesterday, Greg? Look, let's put a little light on that. Yes, it was a pretty incredible smackdown with regard to the price action of gold and silver yesterday. Hey, look, let's talk about that for a moment. First of all, let's set the stage here. If you've been following this blog for any length of time, you've heard me say, well, there is no price discovery at all today with any asset in this so-called market. We don't even have a market. Okay, let me just be honest with you. Okay, I'm a market guy, but there really isn't a market today. What we have is some yet to define, like, dark, disgusting stain on the face of the financial world, which has been driven in every which way imaginable by runaway central banks. Let's talk more about that. How can we have a real market, or for that matter, real price discovery? Okay, let's talk about price discovery. What am I talking about here? In a real market, there are buyers and sellers. Okay, these buyers and sellers go back and forth between each other to establish the fair market value for asset X, Y, Z, no matter what it is. Okay, now today, what we have is buyers, sellers, and central banks who have artificially suppressed rates to the point of, like, you can't even believe, since the meltdown of '08. And that rate suppression thing that they've thrown at all of us has, again, put a third player in here. Okay, buyers, sellers, central banks. And because of that mechanism of a third player, there is no real price discovery. Suppressed rates and currency devaluation have set the stage here for something that goes way beyond price discovery. We don't have anything that, even the economy is fake. There is nothing here that is real. Everything has been distorted to the highest order and then some. So if we understand that in a real market there are buyers and there are sellers, and we're supposed to have a real price discovery mechanism, well, we can't have that now. And we will not have that for the foreseeable future. So that's just understanding why I say that there is no price discovery in this market. Now, let's take that to the next level. With regard to the smackdown yesterday of gold and silver, what are we talking about? Let's get on the same page here. We are not talking about physical metals that have been bought and sold. That's the truth. No metals, not even 1 ounce, changed hands yesterday. What this is the paper derivative market. And it's an astonishing phenomenon. I want you to think about what I'm about to say. When you see what we witnessed yesterday, like a 5% drop, over 5% in the price of silver, we're not talking about the real thing, although the real asset derives value from the derivative. It's upside down. It's not real, but it's designed that way so silver price manipulation can occur. And we should embrace that. We should embrace that. Hold that thought too. So like I said, no real silver. All gold changed hands yesterday. This was just the paper derivative market. Some fat cats, more than likely JP Morgan, okay? They manipulate silver more than anybody else. But there's other players involved here, dumping paper onto the market. That's all it was. But again, as I just said, when you see something like that, smile. Why? Okay, why should you smile? 24 hours ago from the time I did this video blog, we have now increased global debt monumentally, and tomorrow, 24 hours from now, it'll go up even higher. Global debt is surging higher at its fastest pace we've ever seen in history. Gold, silver, the physical metals are real money. We all know that. They are anti-debt units. They are not units of debt. So let them play their games. If you and I realize that is going to surge much higher. Spending on everything you could dream about, fantasize about, and have a nightmare about is going to occur. Expansion of war, more funding for everything else they could dream about here. That's going to take place on an epic scale. So you want to be in these things. So when you see a SmackDown like yesterday, realize number one, what you're seeing, this is not real gold and silver changing hands. This is paper derivative. And think about what I'm going to tell you. I'm going to say it again. We exist in a market where the hard asset is deriving value from a derivative. Generally, a derivative derives value from the hard asset. That's how it should be. It's like Apple stock. I've told you this a million times. It's like Apple stock deriving value from the derivative. It doesn't work like that. But of course, with precious metals, it works like that. It's unbelievable. It's rigging to the highest order. So, there's no price discovery. Not a single asset today has a real price discovery mechanism because we have a third player in here. And that third player is central banks who have been manipulating currencies. As we all know that, they're in a race to the bottom. They've been manipulating bond yields, and it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. Let's talk more about that. What did we find out yesterday? What did the European Central Bank do? See, you have to understand how the game is played. These institutions watch the markets, or the debt market more specifically, like we do. Okay. When they're seeing the debt market sell off, they have to find a way to allow the market to reset the price. So what they did, again, we've been witnessing a sell-off in the bond market that's been pretty incredible here, and that's been pressuring the stock market, MMRI, Mannarino Market Risk Indicator, again, free to everyone who has the brain power to use this thing. It's so simple. It's color-coded. There's a number there. I couldn't have possibly made this easier for you. Link in the description of this video. We are in a red zone. Whenever we've hit the red zone, market doesn't like it. We've seen this over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. So, as I said, yesterday, MMRI in the red zone. Bond market selling off. Stocks didn't like it. We started out positive. We went negative. Then all of a sudden, a miracle happens. European Central Bank sends out this little piece of news to the world. Oh, don't worry. We will be cutting rates multiple times this year. And all of a sudden, bam, market turns around. 10-year yield drops. The dollar on a relative strength basis fell. It's a game, okay? And that was a signal to the market that not just the European Central Bank is going to be cutting rates or flooding the markets with more easy money, but the Fed is going to follow suit as well. We had the Swiss National Bank do it recently. They all work in tandem, people. Come on. Anyway, we need to follow this up, and we'll keep our eyes on this as we usually do. Anyway, let's look over here at this freak show of a market. Stock futures are slightly higher this morning. 10-year yield slightly lower after the multiple rate cut promised by the European Central Bank. Dollar slightly lower on a relative strength basis. Gold and silver under a little pressure, not like yesterday. Bitcoin, crypto's under a little pressure as well. Crude oil is under a little pressure. Okay, so that's where we stand right now this morning. But you know what to keep your eyes on. Watch the debt market. Listen for the propaganda. The European Central Bank, the Federal Reserve floating out freak after freak. It's a freak show to convince the market, don't worry, we got your back. That's all this is. It's a signal. And you can also expect, again, the mechanism of pulling more cash into the now. That means vastly expanding war is going to happen. And you know how this is being played out. I want to remind you again, in case you don't know. This $95 billion weapons package for Israel, for Ukraine, for Taiwan, well, it's not enough. Ukraine is saying, we need more, we need more, we need more. Now they're getting other nations around the world to say, okay, we're going to send you more. And we here in the United States are going to be sending a lot more. That $95 billion, just another installment, people, so just get used to it. This is what you voted for, right? Your representatives, they represent you. Your vote, you want this, and you want another installment and another one after that, right? You really feel like you have a voice. I've been telling you, you don't for the longest time. Maybe some of you are finally waking up. Maybe, I hope. As I told you a million times, man, this nothing is what it seems to be in this environment. They have convinced you that maybe the old system still exists, doesn't exist anymore. We have no representation anymore, people. This is a free-for-all, and what Congress wants, our lawmakers around the world want, is a blank check to do anything they want so they can empower the central banks and bring them right to the top of the pyramid. You understand? I hope you get it. I really hope you do. Anyway, I hope we covered the questions that I got yesterday. Oh, Greg, what happened? What happened? What happened? Do you understand what I'm talking about here? There's no price discovery. Okay, the derivative is dictating the price for the actual metal. Imagine my shock, imagine your shock, but that's what's going on here. No real metals changed hands yesterday. This was paper derivatives. It's rigged, people. It's rigged to the highest possible order. And I think we're all on the same page. One more thing before I let you leave. You see this here? See that thing I circled over there? You see that? Right at the top here of Market Watch, this is breaking news. Now, I want to hear from you. This is what they want. This is the question. Here's how much Taylor Swift's tortured poet department will impact her record label. I don't know a single Taylor Swift song. I'm not picking on the woman, okay? I don't even, does she write her own music, or is this all scripted for her too? I wonder about that. But does that concern you? Is that something that you really need to know because it's affecting your life so greatly? I don't think so, but I want to hear from you. All right, this guy here loves you live from the heart. People, let me know what you think about all this. Please share this stuff. Get it out there. You learned something from this video today? Let's give this video a thumbs up. Let's get it out there, all right? I'm counting on you to do that. I will see all of you later, 4:05 p.m. Eastern for the live stream. And I really hope to see you there. Until that time, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, all right?